Robert Saleh admitted to a mistake, but it's time for some fans and some media members to apologize. Plus, it's a Jets game day. Let's go.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks! Zooey mama.
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
You're fucking wrong!
What's going on, everybody? Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your friggin' podcast, people. And it's great to be back after yesterday, spending a wonderful 10-year anniversary with my beautiful fiance. And I will say this real quick before we get into the topic. I was out to dinner last night with my fiance, celebrating our 10-year anniversary out in Syracuse. And in the middle of our meal, I had someone walk up beside me, he and his wife now, and he said, "Boy Green?" And I couldn't quite see because there was the sun behind him, so he was kind of like hallucinating almost, like there was like a glow around this individual. But he said, "Boy Green, I'm a big fan. I've subscribed to the channel." And I said, "Oh, wow, thank you. That's amazing. It's nice to meet you and your wife here." And I didn't get the person's name, but I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. Very nice. Yeah, in the future, tell me who the hell you are, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. I couldn't recognize the individual with the light behind him. I'm not sure if it's someone who normally calls in or what have you, but yes, the power of Boy Green expands and extends beyond all borders. So shout out to whoever you were. I appreciate you. That was great. It was great. Nice to meet you and your wife. You seem like very, very lovely people. And thank you for supporting the show and being a subscriber to the channel. So whoever you are, you can identify yourself at some point. It's like a YouTube super chat or something, so it pops out. I can see it. I'd love to give you a shout out. So thank you for doing that yesterday. That was very nice, very kind. I appreciate it. Well, it is a Jets game day for the final time before the regular season. So savor it, Jet fans. Let it marinate. And then we have the week off next week, and then the week after, we're week one, baby. And the season has arrived. I'm excited for it. There's a lot to get to. First thing, right off the top, hopefully this can happen during the show. This is, and thank you, Leanie, baby. Happy anniversary. Thank you. That is so kind. Tony Goods, happy anniversary. I really appreciate that. Cheers to 10 more, baby. She's my soulmate. There's no other way about it. That was terrific. Jared B saying stalker alert. Yeah, I have no idea who the individual was, but God bless. God bless. It was a doozy. But anywho, whoever you are, I appreciate you supporting the show. But I will say this. We do have an emoji to unlock. I have it sitting here right on StreamYard. First off, number one, my math was terrible yesterday, so I was off on the memberships. And so we have it ready. Shout out to Snowball. He made it while I was driving to the radio station. So he did it within like an hour and a half span. So we do have a HEP emoji to unlock. Hopefully we can do it today. The pinned comment right now on YouTube is how any of you guys can join the Boy Green Coffee Club. Feel free to do so. If you love the show, if you like to support the show, you could do that for today's program. We're 7 away. So my math apparently was terrible yesterday. So we need 7 away to unlock the HEP emoji. And like I said, it's ready to roll. So you can click that. That gives you a loyalty badge, access to all the emojis to use during the show, and of course, access to the Discord channel. So guys, keep that going. So hopefully we could get to that during today's show. But this was a topic I wanted to get to yesterday, but the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers thing came out, and I know my buddy Zach Gelb, he's the one who did the interview. I said, okay, I'll do that yesterday, and I'll shift the thing to today. And the thing is Michael Clemens. I have a story in the YouTube description down below, and a lot of people have made fun of Michael Clemens. They were making fun of his year last year being terrible, and why is he even on this team, and this, that, or the other. Well, Robert Saleh this week stepped up to the podium and admitted to a massive mistake, which I think some Jet fans are going to listen to and go, oh, I see. Maybe I should apologize to Jets defensive lineman Michael Clemens. Now, I want to say right off the top that Michael Clemens is not a perfect player by any means. Absolutely not. He does a lot of dumb stuff, extracurricular, that's gotten him in trouble. And if you want to make fun of him for that, fine. But the majority of the things that people criticize Michael Clemens for, and this has me hot and bothered. I don't know where I talked with Uncle Tio about this. It might have been the end of the show. But like this topic I'm about to dive into right now angers me because Michael Clemens, long story short, you're about to hear after this clip, it's not his fault for a lot of the criticisms that were floating his way that he looks sluggish, this or that or the other. And long story short, Robert Saleh, after a very impressive rookie season by Michael Clemens, and I'll show you for people that say, well, he didn't have that good of a rookie season. I'll show you facts of a reason why he did in a second. But Michael Clemens had a really good first year. The Jets coaching staff asked him to gain weight because they thought he could play other positions on the defensive line, and it was a horrible mistake, a mistake that Robert Saleh admitted to. Roll the footage.
Reddick's absence put a lot on spotlight on Will McDonald, but the other guy in that spot, Michael Clemens, what kind of camp did he have, and what kind of opportunity is this for him to go from just a rotational guy to maybe a starter or a heavy reps guy?
Yeah, no, Michael's done a really nice job. Will's done a nice job. Michael's lost a lot of weight, so he looks way different than he did a year ago. He's moving a lot better than he did a year ago. Obviously, we tried to get him up to a certain weight to see if we can get him inside outside. Bad decision, bad advice from your friendly neighborhood coaching staff. But he looks really good. He's in a really good place, setting the edges that he needs to set. And he's actually producing some in the pass game. And so the three of them, I'm going to talk about Tack too, because Tack's really taken advantage of this opportunity too. He looks really, really good. So between the three of them, they've all seized the moment.
Bad decision, bad advice. Those are direct quotes, by the way, from Robert Saleh on Michael Clemens. Michael Clemens had an impressive rookie year. I'll show you why in a second. We'll prove it for the people that still criticize that, and we'll put that on the side for a second. And then we'll talk about this, okay? So Michael Clemens has this nice year, his first year. We get to offseason last year. Jets coaching staff says, hey, Michael, can you gain a bunch of weight? Okay, coach. He gains a bunch of weight. All of a sudden, he looks sluggish. He doesn't have quite the same explosiveness he had in his first year. I see analysts and fans all across Twitter land last year going, Michael Clemens sucks. He's slow. He's blah, blue, blah, blee, blah. And guess what? None of that was his fault. The Jets coaching staff told him to gain more weight. I feel like Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden. Like, they told him to gain weight. He said, okay, let's gain the weight. All of a sudden, oh, geez, lose the weight. And then when he lost the weight, all of a sudden he's making some plays this offseason. So the fact of the matter is, it kind of bothers me. Now, people say, oh, Paul, how good was this rookie year? I have it in the YouTube description down below, an article. David Wyatt Hupton, who of the time of Last Word on Sports, called Clemens, this coming off his rookie year, quote, a hidden gem. The big 290-pound defensive lineman may not be a household name now. He soon will be. Not only was Clemens a physical force against the run on the outside, but he was a highly productive pass rusher in his rookie season, Wyatt Humpton says. Clemens, by the way, appeared in 16 to 17 games as rookie. During that period, he recorded 2.5 sacks, 6 quarterback hits, and 13 pressures. Now, you may say, Paul, what's the big deal there from a statistical perspective? Here's more from David Wyatt Hupton. Those pressures came on just 145 snaps, which works out as a pressure every 11 pass rush snaps. He also didn't miss a single tackle all season, according to Pro Football Focus. Based on his limited play, he was an extremely effective player. That's David Wyatt Hupton. Michael Nania, our good old buddy of Jets X Factor, said on social media off of Clemens' rookie season, he had a, quote, really nice year. And then, like I said, we get into last year, they asked him to add a bunch of weight, and then he doesn't look good. And now there's people out there in the universe, for instance, my boy Will Parkinson, who just joined us last week. Will Parkinson, when he joined the Can't Wait podcast, which no longer exists, they're now on Badlands. But at the time, Will Parkinson told Zach Roseblatt, Tim McMaster that Michael Clemens is, quote unquote, almost unrosterable. And again, I just feel like the problem is that people have just gone crazy. I don't know why on Michael Clemens. and saying this, that, or the other about the guy. They're judging him based off a quote-unquote sophomore slump, a sophomore slump that apparently wasn't his fault. Again, penalties, those sorts of things, the extracurricular activities. You don't like his attitude, the flipping off the fans, some of that stuff, the intense stare, the dressing shirtless with the baseball bat with a bunch of barbed wire. Sometimes that's going to rub people the wrong way, and that's fine. But don't let the play on the field from 2023 rub you the wrong way, because that's not his fault. He did what the team asked him. And he said, yes, coach. And you never heard him publicly complain. He didn't say, his production suffered and some of the tape wasn't great. He didn't turn around and say, oh, man, thanks, coaching staff. He didn't pull a Mekhi Becton, start saying, well, the coaching staff's the reason why I suck. He just took it on the chin. He just took all the heat on social media and didn't say or do anything about it. So come on, people. I just think there needs to be an apology tour from some Jet fans, because it's not his fault that we had some of that sluggish play last year. And Saleh came out and said, bad advice, bad decision by us, the coaching staff. We tried to get him to add more weight to become basically a direct JFM replacement. And Michael Clemens, while a talented football player and can help the team, it was discovered that they couldn't just put more weight on. They had to cut the weight back. So after going from his original rookie season, he blew up to 290 pounds last offseason, coach's request, and now he's back down to 263, according to the Jets official roster sheet. And he looks, by all accounts, really good. And people say, well, how good has he looked so far this offseason? I thought he's looked exceptional. I thought he's looked really, really nice. In the preseason Washington game, there was a red zone play. I believe that was the opening drive of the game against Jaden Daniels, a Washington running back. Michael Clemens forced a Washington offensive lineman into him. It was like the butt fumble, but no fumble. And he shoved that running back to the ground by using the offensive lineman's body. He had a nice bull rush in there on that preseason game. But ultimately, the proof will be in the pudding when the regular season gets here. I see Dave Briga, for instance. He says, Clemens is not a defensive end. The Jets would disagree. They have him lined up at defensive end and not defensive tackle, but we'll put that aside, Dave. If you're counting on him for a pass rush, it ain't happening. Well, the Jets coaching staff says with his reduced weight that he has become a three-down player, and they said they see pass rush productivity. So with all due respect, Dave, the Jets coaching staff disagrees. The Jets coaching staff disagrees. The sacks and pressure rate from his rookie season disagree. It says that he can actually be a pass rush. And that's fine, Dave. There are going to be people like you and others that don't believe. You're not the only one, I'm sure, but you're the comment that I see right now as I'm scrolling back up. Let's just see what happens. And as R&R says right here, remember the Boy Green Coffee Club, how are people still not trusting this team's defensive coaching staff? They believe in Michael Clemens. I don't understand the people that don't. And the only little blemish on his resume that isn't the penalties or anything like that is the bad year last year that we just discovered was Robert Saleh's fault. So I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Yeah, I know Snowball's like, who are these people? I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld, so maybe I'm just getting Jerry in general, but John Hepburn, who, again, we're hoping to immortalize at some point on the show today. The team likes Clemens' demeanor. There's no doubt about it they do. He needs to clean up the penalties, and he will be above average. Yeah, the penalties. Again, the key is cutting back the penalties, but allowing him to continue to be his same normal self, which is this incredibly intense and physically intimidating person. But you don't want to take away what makes him special, so it is a fine line. Let's go to Peter here on YouTube. They try to make MC another JFM. I agree. Didn't work. Hopefully that can make Will McDonald into a Bryce Huff. No doubt. Yeah, hopefully. And he has obviously more God-given ability than Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff has developed into what he's become. But Will McDonald is lankier, bigger. Like, he's got Bryce Huff has twitch, but like Will McDonald has God-given twitch too, which is really exciting. Dave Brigger said they wanted McDonald to gain weight also, but he didn't, though. He hasn't. He's the same weight as he was the year before, so I don't know if that weight thing is true. They may have said it, but it doesn't sound like it. They may have changed their mind. Because I thought Saleh did a really good job when talking about Javon Kinlaw. He said they did their medical studies or whatever you want to call it, physiology behind the scenes, and said they believe Javon Kinlaw could add insert amount of weight and keep his explosiveness, and they believe they're right. They added like 20, 30 pounds of muscle this offseason, and then he's been able to explode on the scene. So you want to add weight, but not too much where, again, Clemens last year, you become sluggish. So that's the big thing. R&R says, the haters jumped on Clemens and McDonald for some reason after we lost Huff, I guess. Yeah, to redirect their anger because Huff's not here? Maybe. Let's see. R&R says, if Clemens isn't playing tonight, he's certainly not getting cut. Yeah, we'll see. Most of the starters are not expected to play. I'd be surprised if he was there. Dave Briga, O'Leary was, while I was on Jake's show, brought forth the idea Clemens could be a roster guy. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I don't think he's at all. From him to go to unofficial depth chart starter, and I don't know what's the unofficial depth chart. For him to go from what the coaching staff says all the time to cut would be quite a blowing smoke up his skirt for no reason, which doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. So, no, I think he is a roster lock, to be honest with you. I'd be flabbergasted if he gets cut. I just don't see it happening. Again, a lot of people don't like him for whatever reason. I can't speak to that. I can't try to interpret other people's minds, but he's a really talented player, man. Ah, yes, Jonathan Marshall. Yes, I remember the Arkansas product, I do believe. And like a 6th-round pick, and people said, ooh, he's got a lot of traits and stuff, maybe. NC says Clemens is a good backup. We need Reddick, but dubious on his Jets future. No doubt about it. We do need Reddick. I don't want that to get lost. I like Clemens a lot, but yeah, we need Reddick. Yeah, it would, we've had some ups and downs and everything in between. We'll see. Rich Samini of ESPN said on Instagram that a pivot point is September 2nd or September 3rd, right in that range. That's right after Labor Day. And because that's game week preparation for the 49ers, he said if he's there by then, that's where most of these holdouts end. If he's there by then, no issues. If he's not, it could dip into the regular season. All right, let's see. Brandon, Paul, how many members are we short? And I'll send it to you on PayPal. We are 7. We are 7. Like I said, I must have done poor math yesterday, but I was pretty sure I was on it before the show. But that is 7. 7 members, Brandon, and I appreciate it. If you'd like to throw it all in there, that'd be terrific. Thank you so much, Brandon. That'd be great. And we can immortalize Hep and get it on there. I've already seen it. Snowball did a wonderful job with the emoji creation. There's no doubt about it. So shout out to Snowball and Hep, who hopefully we could get that on. My father chiming in. Paul said, calm down, Sparky. I can hear. You know what's funny when you read like your parents' text messages, right? And then you can like hear it in their voice in your head. Like I can imagine my father saying, calm down, Sparky. They didn't ask him to gain weight and get slow. Some of that's on him. They asked him to gain weight and he became slow. That's on his fault. He didn't know he didn't know the side effects of spoonfuls of protein powder, whatever they asked him to, consume. The penalty stuff was on him, but like not performing up to snuff because all of a sudden he was fat, quote unquote, relatively speaking. That's on his fault, but different strokes. Snowball says, I don't mind being wrong, but it seldom happens. I love this. Michael Clemens will be a noticeably different player this year. I do believe so, too. I think, and I can't wait. I am going to have so many receipts on Michael Clemens. JD Jets, you going to read Out of the Darkness, the new Rodgers book? I'm halfway through it, and it's pretty solid so far. Yeah, I'm like 90% of the way through it. I've got like 40 pages left. Ian O'Connor, I'm hoping, will join us this upcoming week for Boy Green Daily to talk about it. I've taken a lot of notes throughout the book. It's a terrific read. So much insight, so much intrigue. There's no doubt about it. It has been spectacular. It's been spectacular. So I can't wait. And I can't wait to talk to Ian. I've known Ian for a little bit here. That would be great. I've never had him on the show before, but I wanted to read the book before I had him on the show. Dave Briga, why does O'Leary have this take? If this was Matt O'Leary Daily, maybe you could answer that. I don't know. This is Boy Green Daily. So I have no idea. I love having Matt on the show. Great for Matt. We have different opinions, but that's good. I want different opinions. I want different Jets content creators. Okay, shout out to Brandon here. He did just send a PayPal thing, so I'll do some things behind the scenes and get that through here to get that Hep emoji on here in just a moment. So appreciate you, Brandon. We'll give some chimes and stuff in just a minute. I'll gift those memberships for Brandon here. Appreciate it. So I don't know why O'Leary has to take. I can't answer that. NC says, Saleh intimated that McDonald will not get to the next level until he can power rush. Not sure at his weight that can happen. Well, to be honest, if you remember, I think it was the opposite for Jermaine. I think the power was there for Jermaine, and he needed the finesse. I might have that backwards, but I remember when Saleh was saying, what's the next step for Jermaine? He had something very similar to say, it's got to be this piece. Paul Eston, my father, he, talking about Michael Clemens, played 57 more snaps in 2023 than 2022. Overall, his output is not great. 700 snaps for 36 solo tackles in his career. My dad is a big solo tackle guy. I wish I was a middle linebacker in high school, and I could have been the son my father wanted, because if I would have come home with 100 solo tackles, he'd be like, that's my boy. And I came back with what I did. He's like, get out. Solo tackles, how I could have truly pleased my father and not disappointed him. Isn't McDonald about the same weight as Reddick? Oh, let me see Reddick. I don't know Reddick's weight. We haven't seen him yet. Hassan his weight is up. Okay, got it. Yeah, Wikipedia. That's a good source. Yeah, 240. Yeah, they're basically the same weight. That's true. Yeah, I think Will McDonald's 235. So just, a few shekels shorter. Jerby says some gifted memberships expired, so it went from 1 to 7. Okay, that's the math. That makes sense. King Lowski, shout out to him in the chat. Jets, Jets, baby. Yes. Let's see. K-Brock, get on Madden tonight, my guy. Yeah, sorry, guys. I'll just be blunt. No Madden was played last night. Perhaps some other games were played, but not Madden. No Madden. Sorry, Tim from Fishland and everyone else. Let's see. Oh, Bernard Nixon, a.k.a. B-Mac, got the book. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It is a terrific read. There's some stuff in there, though, that you're like, whoa. Like, they go in some places. But shout out to Ian. He covered a lot of it, man. There you go. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I'll try to get this through to gift the memberships necessary. Shout out to Brandon for that. So, okay, let's gift some memberships, baby. Okay, how do I have to do this? Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to throw 5 on here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're loading here. All right, let's put those through. All right. Geez. Boy. Okay, 1 second. Nope. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. All right, actually, hang on tight. Here's what we'll do. We'll play this quick HEP video when we get back. HEP will be honored. So after this quick, brief message, we'll also open up the phone lines. We'll play this, and then we'll get those memberships in. Let's roll. I think we're about to have another legendary call here. I wasn't even aware that this caller I'm about to bring on had talents that expanded to this level. Hap joins us on the show with the guitar. Hap?
Hey, fellas. Okay. Boy Green Daily. We're talking Jets. We are the best. Forget the rest. We're up to date. We're going there. Super Bowl's coming, so all beware. Yeah.
Wow. Good Hep. Unbelievable. Whoa. Hep, I didn't even know you could play guitar in a song. That's historic. We're cutting that up. That's going out on social media. There's no doubt about it. That's going on YouTube. Oh, my goodness, Hep. Wow, you're a talented man, even more than we all thought.
Thanks, Paul. Hey, I love you guys, man. I love staying in touch. You know what? Really embrace this, guys, because this is our Super Bowl year. Mm-hmm. Embrace each little moment, all the little struggles, because at the end, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. And, all right. I love you guys. See you later.
I love you. Wow. That was so cool, Hep. Holy friggin' crap. There you go. Beautiful. All right. We have just gifted the proper amount of memberships. Plus, we just got another membership in from EZ. So let's put it all together. First off, shout out to Brandon Badshaw here for all his gifted memberships. Okay, let's go through this. First off, let's give a proper shout out to EZ, baby. Thank you so much, brother, for gifting this one. Hit those chimes. Let's get EZ's first. Mike Cohen, you've been gifted a membership from EZOC, one of our OGs. I'm doing all these acronyms here. Okay, so beautiful. So shout out to him. All right, let's put these memberships up while I'm getting all the credit for it on screen. It's actually Brandon Badshaw who PayPal'd the money in. Let's do a loop of these memberships coming in, baby. Alrighty then. Shout out to these 5 new members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Again, shout out to Brandon Badshaw for these. Golden Arms, Jam, Jet Up 3, Fungus Mungus 9, Allison Tuckwab. Okay, you've been gifted a membership, but we got 2 other ones as well. Let's quickly get those in. We had to do some weird math to get this over here. So, okay, here's a gifted membership and another gifted membership, and let's play those chimes 2 more times. And then one more time. Okay, Andrew Kennedy, you were just gifted a membership. Again, it says it's me on the screen, but it's actually Badshaw, Brandon Badshaw, so make sure you give him all the love. And then Victor Smith was just gifted a membership as well. And then let's add the new emoji baby here. Let me do a quick refresh on the screen so we can add this next emoji. Thank you to EZ. Thank you as well, like I said, to Brandon for doing what is necessary here so we can upload this official new emoji, baby. Oh, yeah. Add a new emoji. Select. Oh, and thank you to Snowball who cranked this out yesterday. Okay. Let's go, baby. There it is. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Updated. You guys should now see the HEP emoji in there. Again, shout out to Snowball for making that possible. I'll throw it up now on the screen while also playing this.
Okay. Boy Green Daily, we're talking Jets. We are the best, forget the rest. We're up to date, we're going there. Super Bowl's coming, so all beware. Yeah.
Beautiful. Shout out to Hep. And Hep's apparently working on some new material that he's going to send in here to the show, so we have even more songs to play for Boy Green Daily. It's going to be a historic season for the New York Jets, and Hep is going to make it that much more special. And again, it's so cool. To me, this is like, I'm dead serious. All of these emojis that are highlighting the people that make this show possible and that support this show, whether it's BMAC here on the screen, it's Jared, our moderator, it's Badshaw, it's Tio, it's EZOC, it's Ricky New York, and now Hep immortalized. And I'm looking forward to the next one, which let me just check the YouTube Overlord to see how far we are away from that next one after. That will be, here we go, scroll. 49 members away. Good Lord have mercy. So that will take a hot second, but that's okay. Whenever that happens, whenever the God blesses us with that, we will make it happen. So friggin' awesome. Again, shout out to Snowball for making it, and also for Hep, who can be remembered forever as there is. And here's Terrence. I want to be a part of the Boy Green Emoji Club. Well, Terrence, you should definitely be on the list. There's no question about it. But to even have it as a conversation, we need to have 49 more memberships. That's quite a ways away. We'll see whenever that can potentially happen. But Terrence, you're on the list, baby. You should be immortalized. You should be. And I want these emojis to be for the people, because that's what it's all about. All right, let's get the call into the show here, and we'll welcome some of you guys on the show. We could talk Michael Clemens, or perhaps the game tonight. We could get a little bit of the Jets Giants action, a little Snoopy Bowl perhaps, and we will replace the pinned message. So if you still want to join the Boy Green Coffee Club, I've now switched that message. It's the call into the show feature is now the pinned message. The click to the Boy Green emoji is down, or excuse me, the Boy Green Coffee Club is down in the YouTube description down below, so you guys can check it out there. All right, let's go to the phone lines, and let's thank this guy for opening it up and opening up the emojis to allow Hep to have his moment. Easy OC, very nice of you. Thanks, brother.
Good morning.
Look at that jersey, baby. Holy friggin'
Yeah,
crap, that's
that's
nice.
Scott Mercero.
Oh, I love that. That's a good pull. And look at that, too. Oh, that's classic, man. They don't make them like that anymore.
Yep. This is what they used to make them,
Yeah.
with the spray-ons back in the day.
Yeah, right.
I got this at Jerry Cosby Sports. This is a pro jersey.
Really?
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
so
look at
friggin' cool,
how
man.
much room there is in the shoulders and
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, the more I
And
think
look how
about it.
tight it is down at the waist. It's like
That's right. It's
all
like,
skinny.
yeah, for a jersey, like throwing it over shoulder pads. Yeah, man.
Yep. My shoulder pads.
Yeah, that's right. The good old days. Yeah.
If you ever saw that comedian Bob Nelson.
I have not. Is he good?
Oh, he's funny. Yeah, he's
Oh,
good.
okay. I got to put him on the list. I love comedians. Oh, wait a second. What? Easy, you can play? Huh?
Hell yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, let's go.
I'll play in a second. Just gonna give you a little tour.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness gracious, you're not kidding.
This is my Hamer Phantom A5. Look, a triple pickup. I paid $125 for that guitar. It's worth over $2,000. Who knew?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it at a consignment shop, and I
Wow.
got my little Martin 12 string.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Les Paul. I mean, I'm not a really good guitar player. I just buy them because I love them. But I
Sure.
can play. I can
Okay.
play a little bit.
All right. Give us a concert. We're here, baby. Let's see what you got.
All right.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
quick though.
Okay, sure.
I haven't played in a while, so I'm probably gonna be rusty.
Okay.
But the 12 string sounds great.
Okay. Ooh. Yes, Rich.
Just a little.
Wow. Okay. I didn't see any rust there, brother, but wow. Okay. We got a lot of talented members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. There's no question about it. Wow.
Oh, I really love the sound of that guitar. 12 string, it just has such that beautiful full sound.
Very rich.
You can play Over the River and Far Away by Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see if I can fucking do that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You gotta remember, I got diabetes and I've been using my.
Oh, right, for the pricking.
fret-
Yes. Yeah, right. That's an underrated thing I guess you wouldn't think about for a guitar player. I didn't think about that. Wow. Okay.
I haven't played in like
That's all right.
3 months.
You'll get it back, baby. I love it. Wow, we're getting like song requests in here. I mean, this is terrific. This is unbelievable. Oh, Phil with a great idea. Paul, we need to start a Jets band, the Coffee Club, and they can play at the Coffee Club. I love it. That's a great idea. And let me give a quick JETS for that super chat. Beautiful. Love that idea.
When I lived in Long Island when I was younger, a couple of friends of mine, about 3 of them are dead now. It's really sucks. I'm at that age where I'm losing people.
Sure.
My friend Frankie and Crookin and Freebase and this other guy who was the lead guitar player, they were in a band called Jet Black.
Wow, that's a great name.
They used to play out in Long Island. I think they spelled the band's name JETT.
Oh, cool.
BLAKK.
I like that. That's a great spelling. Great band. Okay, great.
That's what you should nickname your son, JETT.
It's funny. That's what my
we talked about that. Yeah,
we did, yeah. And you have this like paranormal action where that's exactly what my fiance said. So yes, I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? Michael Clemens lost the weight back again.
Yes. And now he's back to 263 if the official roster sheet is to be believed. He was 290 last year, down to 263, which is a lot closer to the weight he played when he was a rookie.
I think now with the knowledge and the coaching and losing the weight again, I think he's going to be back to his like better than his rookie self now.
Yes. Yeah. which is
if
thank
he
goodness.
can keep his shit together.
Yeah, that's a big one. There's no doubt about it. For all the people that say, Paul, what about keeping his shit together? I'm like, well, that's a big one. There's no doubt about it. And you can't blame Saleh or anybody for that. That's Clemens. But if you can rein that in, it's hard because again, that's what the intensity is what makes him special. But man, I think the Jets could go some places if they're able to do that for him, because then you get all the great parts of Clemens without that part of the bad.
I think he's trying to channel his inner Lyle Alzado.
Oh, there you go. There's a poll. Nice.
That was a guy who was fucking scary as all get out, man.
You love having one of those on the team. Yeah.
He was the enforcer. You didn't do anything. You were always afraid to do something stupid because you didn't want Lyle coming after you. So,
yeah, that's right.
So, you know, when the whistle blew, you didn't throw that. If you were an offensive lineman, when that whistle blew, you didn't throw that extra push when Alzado
exactly
was on the field.
Right.
Because Alzado would just take his helmet off and swat you over the head with it. He was
exactly
crazy.
Right. You do some Myles Garrett kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, well, unfortunately, he passed.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, you heard about what happened to Alzado from the steroids. He got brain cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, it had been a while since I thought about it, but yeah, that's too bad.
Off the field, they say he was a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
He put the pads on.
Flip a switch, 100%. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys like that in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I think you're 1,000% right. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave room for some other people to talk. And
well, thank you, EZ. That was terrific, man. The super chat, of course, to help us immortalize Hep, which is terrific, and that you are part of this band we're putting together, baby. That'll be terrific. Right. Can't wait. Thanks, EZ. Yeah, rock on, brother. That is terrific. Oh, wow, man. We've got talented people. This is awesome, man. This is so cool. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Yes. A legend. Speaking of, although he already has it, I was just about to say he needs to be immortalized, but you already know. You guys can start throwing these ones up. It's almost like a respect thing. Like, all right, here's the Tonight Show. Here's our next guest, and then we throw up this. Then everyone starts doing whatever the emoji is. Oh, the Eston Zone. There you go. The beard, the shades, the hair, and everything. And then people start going like, Eston Zone, Eston Zone. You get all the emojis in there. So let's bring him on. My father, who will be our co-host for tomorrow's show as we put a final bow on the preseason. We preview cut day coming up and all the like. Let's bring him in. Let's welcome him onto the show. None other than my father, Eston Zone, here on a Saturday. What's up, father? Oh, the beautiful scenery. Terrific.
Hey now, Boy Green, up here in God's country, taking the world champion for a walk. But
yeah.
So, anyways,
oh boy.
Despite the fact that you recorded 0 solo tackles in your football career,
whoa, wait a second,
or assisted tackles. But anyways, you're already very proud. As I went to every single one of your games,
you did,
away or home.
You did.
Yeah. So, but anyways, so yes, you don't have to worry about it. My point is Michael Clemens, who's playing beside Quentin Williams,
correct,
for a 30 to 40% of the Jet snaps, depending on the season, was not that impressive. That's my point. And the fact is, after you put on the weight, you still go to practice. You still have running drills, right? If he was unaware that he got slower, I don't know. He played more snaps in 2023 with less production. He's still beside Quentin Williams. You don't get a pass for putting on more weight. And they didn't just tell him to go, hey, hit the China buffet, like you and your buddy, whatever, B Shores, whatever his name was. He didn't just say, didn't go supersize your meal, right? They said you need to put on some bulk. We think it'll do good. You can play the inside and the outside. So you're a little over the top with only blaming Saleh for that. That's my feedback to you.
Okay.
But he's a solid player, but I would not discount the fact that his production's not over the top. And someone with a good camp might nudge him out. Right?
Maybe. There's been a few people that have been.
Someone without a one flag per 5 play ratio, right? So it's not bad about him. And maybe he wasn't mature enough to understand what put on some weight meant. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Anyways, but I'll let other people get on. I love the Hep emoji. And I'd also like to say that later on today, we'll be locking in the hotel. And I think we are now hold on, beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 like 26 days away, 25, 26 days away.
Yeah.
From being in the Meadowlands. So everyone is going to be looking forward to it. I think, how many people? 25 people going? Is that right?
Yeah, so we have 25 people that are sitting with us that are all together. And then for the tailgate, I believe it's more. It's probably like 35, 40 people that are supposed to be hanging out with us before the game. So, because for instance, I see one guy who's waiting to get on the show, Johnny Boy. And I think it's Uncle Tio. Like, they're coming to the tailgate, but not they have other tickets to the game. So there's a few of those kind of people that already figured their thing out before we set up something.
Right. So anyways, by the way, someone comes up to you and like, hey, Boy Green, you're a big fan. You know what you do?
What?
You know what a grown-ass man does? He stands up and shakes the hand of the person. It's a pleasure to meet you, blank. And then the person's name.
Okay.
Just for the record.
I appreciate the touche. If I may, a rebuttal. I was winged. I was winged up. So I'm eating it, and there's sauce on my beer in my hand. I'm like, and he came up. I'm mid-wing. I'm mid-bite, and I hear Boy Green. I'm like, huh? And then a guy's there with his wife, and I'm like, hello. Oh yeah, big fan of the show. I subscribe to the show. I'm like, thank you. This is my fiance. Here's my baby. And I kind of tried to hey, hey, man. But I will tell you that this individual, it was a man and then his wife, he made it seem like I already knew who he was. So he had confidence. And I'm like, I don't know your name, but I didn't want to say that. That's kind of rude to say, who the hell are you?
Well,
so yeah.
Understand. Yeah. Well, understand. Have a great show. Rest of the show. Tune in tomorrow.
Okay, we will, because you're going to be on with us. I was just saying, after coming off the EZ thing, are you going to pull out like a clarinet? Do you have any musical tones, perhaps, that you can join the band with?
I have nothing for you. I can hum and snap my fingers in the background.
Okay. We need those people. Excellent.
All right.
Great. Well, Pop, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you. There you go. My father joining us here on the show. And whoa, baby. We've got some more memberships to get to, baby. So, okay, wait, let's get here. So, first off, let's go to Addison, dropping another 5-piece combo, baby. My favorite. All right, let's hit the loop, because I heard Jared say, Paul, stop cheating us out on the chimes when it's a 5-piece and you're not doing it. You're right. So, here we go. There you go. There's your 5, baby. Absolutely terrific. 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club from our guy Addison. Let's share that love. TJ, John Zelli, Matt from the L5. Ooh, that must be tailgating. Awesome. Keith Committee and Javier Santos. Welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. And that's for Terrence, who's counting up that math for his future immortalized status, I believe. 44 members away from try to get you on the emoji train. So chip, baby, chip. And, I'm sorry, Brandon. I just missed this when my dad already signed off, but can we get a preview of your dad's Jet chant? I'm looking forward to that, because if he gets a couple of brewskis and all of a sudden and then he starts giving us one of these. Hey now, who knows what's possible? All right, let's get back to the phone lines. I teased him. Let's bring him on. Half of the wonderful the 411 team. After my wonderful dinner and hanging out with my family the whole day, I came back, hopped on YouTube, and I was like, whoa, the 411 still going on? What the hell? Let me dive on in. So I saw the tail end of Alan and some great stuff there. So let's bring him in. Johnny Boy of the 411 squad on Friday nights. What's up, brother?
Hey, what up, BG?
Yeah, great show, man. From what I saw, I got to see the final, 10 minutes or so. So great.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You saw the ending of it, and you probably were like, oh, man, this is
It was sad, but
dude.
I loved it. It was kind of inspiring, might not be the right word, but it was kind of a rallying. And I saw a lot of the fans interacting on in the comment section, which was powerful. It's nice of you guys to, show love, spread love. You know what I mean? Because, this world can be cruel sometimes,
It's the truth, man. And shout out to our queen, Queen Lini.
Yeah,
She
no
already
doubt.
knows, man. Purrs emoji on the chat for her, man, all day, every day.
No doubt.
You know, I had to come up here real quick.
Sure.
I was excited for you to talk about the whole Clemens thing.
Oh,
First
yeah.
off, I know you're gonna need a lead singer, so here I go. Baila la 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 bamba, baila la 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 bamba. Se necesita una poca de gracias. Am I?
There you go. You're in. You're in the band, baby.
That's all I
Yes.
got, though, bro. That's all I
Okay,
got.
well, works for me. Okay, you can be the team with the rest of the guys. All right, we got Easy, Yosu, we got Hep, and now we got our singer, Johnny Boy. Okay.
Hey, like, but I'm saying that's the only lyrics I got. So
Oh,
for any
jeez.
type of song,
Yeah.
that's what they're gonna get. It
And
could be
Leanie, by
heavy.
the way, says it was so beautiful and she appreciates the love. She's also a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. So we're always thinking about you, Leanie. So no doubt about it.
That La Bamba song was for
Yeah.
me. That was for dedicated.
Oh, yeah. You serenaded her. I'm sure
Yeah.
she really appreciated that. So I would just say this, kind of like I have on StreamYard when I play sounds, there's like a loop option. So like, you know, if those are the only words you know, just kind of keep going back to it. No, tequila, tequila. Yeah, that's fine with me, baby. Hey, you know,
Is
play
that
the
what we're
song.
gonna be playing with your dad?
That's a good point. It's a good
during
question.
the tailgating.
That could be. I don't know. I'll be interested to see the vibe because, like I said last year, no wait, we didn't even tailgate for that one. The Jets Browns Hall of Fame game. We were just at a party like a day before the game or after. I think it was before. Where we went to like a bar and like 50, 75, 100 people showed up of Jake Asman fans, Matt O'Leary fans, and Boy Green fans, kind of all coming together at the bar. And I was just meeting new people. And, you know, the vibe was pretty crazy there of like dancing. And oh boy, there was all kinds of things happening at that place. That's for sure. Boy Green After Dark was happening out there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It'll depend on the vibe, I think, of the tailgate. Hopefully, good vibes, I would say.
But all right, so Jets talk now, right?
Oh yes, of course.
I love what you said about Clemens, bro. It's the truth, and this is what I talk about with Saleh. Like it's different this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think he would have done this the year before or years before when he would actually come out and be like, "You're fucked up." Like
exactly. I fucked the pooch on this one, right?
Yeah, like we gave him the wrong stuff, and that's why I was so high on Clemens. Like I get it, but you need players that are going to say, whatever we need to get done for the team, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Right. He didn't question it. He said, sure. Like, and that's why I'm saying I don't think we should blame Clemens to say, again, my dad was giving the other side of it and saying, like, you know, Clemens, you know, he started to work out and stuff. That's true. But like, if it's not working, right, and he senses himself getting slower, what is he going to tell the coach staff? Yeah, I think you guys have it wrong. I think I'm better over here. He's a 4th round pick. It's not like he was a 1st round pick, Will McDowell, where he could have the gravitas to say, actually, coaching staff, you may want to rethink that. I'm actually better this way. He's a 4th round pick. There's no guarantees those guys make the team. He's like, yes, sir. You want me to jump? How high do you want me to jump? That's what he did. So I just feel like a lot of blame's going over there for that. Again, I repeat, he's not a perfect player. He has the fuck ups with the penalties and stuff. He's got to rein that in, no doubt about it. But the pure football stuff, it's hard to judge last year when they told him to do something. The coaches have said, oh, no idea why we asked him to do that. That was terrible. Like,
well, BG, then you got people that go ahead and go back and say, well, you know, JFM. And I'm like, well, JFM gave you penalties and penalties and penalties.
100%. The roughing the passer ones were terrible. It took away multiple big plays. Yeah.
You know, I mean, do I think some of the roughing the passer calls were BS? You know what I mean? Like,
but when he keeps getting them, then you're like, it's hard to defend anymore. Exactly. So, like, again, the Cowboys one, the Patriot pick 6 one, like when it keeps happening, you're like, okay, we can't just say every time it's Jet fans, nah, that was questionable. It can't just be questionable every time. It's got to be something JFM is doing and not listening to the rules of the coaching staff saying after, hey, man, you got to do more of this. Like, it's frustrating just to throw up our hand and say, the refs just have it out for us. Like, sometimes it seems like they do, but yeah, there was a lot of them for old JFM.
And for me, man, I want a player that plays that enforcer goon role.
Yeah, it's an important role.
Squad that, you know, we're kind of like known for being nice people.
Yeah.
But you got a guy like Clemens that will go up to the Buffalo Bill
fuck some people
crowd and just say, F you, F you,
I
F
love
you.
that.
You know what I mean? Like
that was hilarious.
That to me it's dope. As a teammate,
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. I mean, they were trying to make this dude do yoga to try
I
to like.
know, but what a
I'm
great
like,
One Jets
"Damn."
Drive episode. That was so weird, 1-on-1, and him just doing these the flying dragon. I'm like, what is going on here?
I want dude to be violent. I
Yeah,
want him to be Michael Clemens coming
sure.
in the way he is. Now, there's by no means do I think he's like the best thing that's
Right,
out
I
there.
don't think he's Hassan Reddick. I think sometimes people misinterpret it. Just because I talk good of a player doesn't mean I think they're going to be a double-digit sack passer. I don't know. Hopefully that'd be cool, but I don't know. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's 53 players on a roster. If he could be a solid contributor of the 53, that was a great fourth-round pick. Terrific. If he could be a cog in the machine, not every guy's a superstar.
Exactly. And then the biggest thing again is we rotate these players. So
Yes,
that's the
right.
other thing. You know what I mean? You're not going to get a whole bunch of people that are there 100%
Mm-mm.
of the time. It's not how they roll. I mean, Quinnen might be an exception to that rule,
Mm-hmm.
but even then, he's not 100% of the time playing there. So, uh, if one thing, and I keep going back to what you said from the very jump, right? If anything, this coaching staff on the defensive side, you can trust them because look at what they've done and what they continue to keep doing.
Right.
So I'm glad that you brought up the whole Michael Clemens thing. I really was excited you bringing it up today. You made some great points in regards to that. You know, I'm not here brown nosing or anything, but a lot of us really felt like that. Again, my uncle VR, he was talking about it forever in a day, and we were having this conversation in regards of Clemens, and we said very similar stuff to what you were saying, BG. We're not saying that he's like the best thing since sliced bread type of stuff or anything like that, but
But it felt like he was getting unfairly criticized, to be honest, for the fair base, for things that I thought, I'm like, I don't know, man. He looks like this, but did he just decide to gain a bunch of weight? That seems weird. Why would he just decide to do that? If he was looking good after his rookie year, he'd probably keep it. That has to be a coaching thing. And it's great to hear Saleh come out and say it, because I'm like, that gives some credence to say, okay, people, it seems like you guys were making up a bunch of BS. So, but it's fine. He's got to produce on the field. Ultimately, I think he's going to make the team, no doubt. Let's see him produce on the field with these snaps, and I'll just be ready for the receipts. Me, you, and VR. Simultaneous in sync pelvic thrusts happening on every Michael Clemens sack, baby.
hell yeah, I cannot wait. Pelvic thrusting is what got me in trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm so exhausted today because I tried to let my wife sleep last night.
Yeah.
And hey, BG, you need to start practicing, man. Set
Damn
it up
straight.
an alarm for yourself for every 2, 3, 4 hours.
Okay.
Let you going off, right?
Yeah.
But you got to feed a kid, and
Sure.
that's going to be the life for a while, man. But hey, appreciate you, BG Coffee Club, man. Shout out to everybody. Hype for tomorrow too, man. To see your pops get on here.
Oh yeah.
I love when your dad gets on. He's funny.
Yeah.
Low key, your dad kind of threw a quick shout out to he's been practicing, bro. I see he's been practicing on the Jets worldwide, wide.
Yeah, you like that?
So
Yeah.
he did the blank piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you did, pops. I saw it. I saw.
Oh yeah, he's great. I can't wait. Thanks for the call, Johnny. Appreciate you, man. You're the best, man. That's terrific. All right, we got a bunch of calls. I'll get to all you, baby, but it's time to get to the legend himself. Come on, this guy was immortalized on the show today. He is a legend, and look at the work that Snowball did. Shout out to Snowball. Look at this. Look at that jet guitar. It's beautiful. Snowball, you did terrific work here, man. And Hep is a legend on this program. And now it's official. Like, we'd all been talking for a while, man, this guy should probably be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What the hell's going on here? Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? And all of a sudden, boom, now the busting cat. We're like, oh, thank God, long overdue. It was like him and Joe Klecko. We're like, okay, one of these guys has to get in eventually. Then, boom, boom, back-to-back years, they get in. So let's bring him on the show, the legend himself. We can only, bow down in his honor. It is Hep joining us here on the show. What's up, Hep?
Hey guys, I want to thank you for being emojiized, and thanks Snowball for all the great work, and what a great community we have here. It's really a great thing on the 411, and Laney, God bless.
Yes.
Have our heart out to you. This Jet fan community it's really a lovely thing. And I just wanted to say that. And as far as Michael Clemens goes, He reminds me a little bit of Deacon Jones. Puts a
Ooh, I like that.
walks in there. You know, you go, whoa, I wish he played like Deacon Jones.
Me too. I was just about to say, please sign me up for some Deacon Jones action here in 2024. That would be terrific.
Yeah, really. And so that's that. And I got a little I got some bass here.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I'll give you a little sneak preview of the bass line for the new.
Yes, please do. Okay.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets, man. Wow. I don't want to give too much away.
Oh God, I am tantalized. I am intrigued. You've given me a taste. I'm like, oh, more, and I'm like, okay, in due time. But that sounds terrific, Hep. I love what you're working on in the lab, baby.
All right, love you guys. Peace out.
Okay, wow, what a tease from Hep, man. That is terrific. Wow, Hep is phenomenal. Oh my goodness gracious, we have quite a band, baby. That is terrific, man. Hep is a talented dude, man. There's no doubt about it. Slap on the bass. There you go. Get a little bit of action. Card Cave Central, baby. Snowball, great movie. There we go. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. All right, we got a couple callers. I'll get to all you guys. We got B. Shaw, which thank you. You are also a big reason why Hep is now emojiized. I did not know that was a word, but I like it. Thank you, Badshaw.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to start leaving Hep till the last caller because, I mean, how do you follow that up?
I know. I'll just say right now, I'm getting the Kermit the Frog as the Emperor Sith vibes here with your call. Like where he had the hood over his face. It's like, good, excellent. Yes. I'm getting those vibes right now. It's terrific.
Let the hate flow through you.
Oh, that's terrific. What's on your mind, brother? And again, thanks again for helping with the emojis. That's terrific for Hep. Hep deserves it, no doubt. Thank you, man.
He does. Like he's just a cool Jets fan. Like he's like what you want representing the Jets. It's like you got me with like a banjo for a tongue, and then you got Hep out there like just killing it. So
it's great.
He makes us look good. But well, I was curious about the game tonight.
Yeah, sure. Let's get into it. We haven't talked a lot about it. Yeah.
Well, I think this is going to be the first game that I can actually watch. I think it's going to be on NFL Network tonight.
It should be. Yeah, I do believe. Yeah.
So I'm pumped about that. And are the Giants, do you know, are they going to play any starters or?
Dable has kept it close to the chest. We had my boy, John Schmelk, who works for the Giants, in on, what was that, Thursday? I'm losing track of days now. We had him on Thursday. I've been texting him, and it sounds like, again, nothing official. Dable's kept it close to the vest. I'd be surprised if they play their starters, to be honest with you. From everything I'm gathering, again, we could see a surprise. Who knows? But it sounds like very minimal starters, if any, will be playing for the New York Giants tonight.
Now, is Malik Neighbors, isn't that his name, their wide receiver?
That is, yeah, the talented wideout, yeah.
Are we considering him a starter already, or you think?
Probably, I would say. I probably. Again, I hope we get a surprise, and maybe because again they had a really piss poor offensive performance last time they were out. They played the Texans, and the offense looked god awful. So I would imagine that there's a temptation to say, "Ooh, let's throw Daniel Jones. Oh, let's throw Malik Davis at least for a drive or two, just to get the bad juju out before we start the season." So there's always an outside shot at that. Because again, I'd love to see the kid too. We didn't get to see a lot of it in the joint practice, unfortunately. But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
And you know that running back, I think it's Eric Gray.
Yeah.
He had a good game, I think, the first week of the preseason. I didn't see their highlights for the second week.
Yeah, I did not see him either, so I don't know. And who's the guy? One of their Giant running backs got hurt. Do you know which one it was? Yeah, let me see.
Was it him? Was it him?
It might have been. Let me see. Hurt. Let me see who it was. Major injury. Oh, it was Tyrone Tracy was the one who started off. So no, Eric Gray's good. I couldn't remember off the top of my head which one it was. So yeah, apparently Tyrone Tracy is the one who got seriously hurt. His ankle. I don't know what his status is, but no, yeah, Gray was great. Yeah.
Well, Did they played the Texans last week? Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I heard I was at a diner last week. I bring my family to a diner each week, normally on Sundays after Boy Green Daily. And this old man Giants fan, he had to be like 80 years old. We had to like help him in because like he was struggling to get up the steps, and he just sat right next to me for whatever reason, like right behind me at our table. And I just heard him the whole time just shit talking Daniel Jones. He's like, the Giants, man, Daniel Jones, he threw a pick right to the cash register over there. What was he doing? And the entire time throwing his hands up and getting all like involved. And I was like, man, this is going to be me in 80 years. I'm going to be in this diner complaining about Jet things that'll be happening and not understanding what the hell's happening. So yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah.
Well, when I was like 3,
Mm-hmm.
my dad was he was wanting me to be a football player for Halloween. And back then I didn't care anything about sports.
Oh yeah. Okay.
My cousin was Batman and I wanted to be Robin. Well, they were out of Terry Bradshaw jerseys. So we got a Phil Simms. So there's a picture of me. I'll have to share it in the Discord.
Yeah, please do.
Me sitting next to my cousin who's dressed like Batman, and I'm crying, and I'm wearing a Phil Simms jersey. So.
Oh, that's terrific. I love it. I love the Discord is awesome. And it's growing, obviously, the more members and everything that we're getting. I love when we get the behind the scenes stuff. I got to start sharing some more too. They're great. It leads to great storytelling. So yeah, man.
Yeah, one of these days I'll tell you how I came about the kangaroo.
Yes.
But anyway, I know you got some callers. I appreciate you having me on. Let's go Jets. Are y'all going to be on later for the recap?
Yeah, damn straight. It'll be whatever that late ass time is. So the game, let's say it ends at like 10:30. We'll be on around midnight probably, I guess. So we'll be on, baby.
I'll be watching. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, Brandon, for calling in again. Yeah, let the hate flow through you. We had a little bit of that action. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got a ton of calls, so I'll get to all you guys. Ricky, New York Live joins us next. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, how's it going today, Paul?
And isn't it game day for you guys? What do you got? Georgia Tech? That's the big game in college football week 0?
Yes. Yes, it is. Just under an hour from now. That will be kicking off because they're playing in Ireland, so it's like afternoon there, but 9:30 in the morning here.
Oh, great. Well, good luck, man. Enjoy.
Yeah. My teams just can't get away from traveling across the water, it seems. College or pro, they just love to do that to us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
At any rate, what? I think Clemens has gotten a lot of heat for some kind of silly stuff. Me personally, the FU to the fans. Like it's not like he went like full Ron Artest and went up into the stands to fight with the fans. Like he had a big smile on his face. He was joking around. People need to lighten up.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, it is time for him to take that next step, or he could find himself on the outside looking in. So, time to step up, and it's all about that work. Put in that work, and this is when we get to see all that work pay off. So, looking forward to it, man. That's pretty much all I got this morning. So I'll let you go get to the next people, but man, looking forward. It's time, man. It's time. It's finally here.
I can't wait. Ricky, thanks for the call, brother. And let's get up again. Another guy is immortalized forever. Look at that. We got Ricky, the Ricky emoji, baby. And I see you guys flowing in the chat as well. That's awesome. Yeah, shout out to Ricky. We'll be rooting for him. That's the best game. I think I took a peek at the week 0 schedule. Definitely Florida State, Georgia Tech is the best game on the dock. I didn't even know it was this morning. I forgot that they were in Ireland, so I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. So I'll get on some of that action, baby. That'll be great. And yo, Holmes, that got a good chuckle out of me. It's time for Bruce Buffer. That's funny. That's funny. Again, we have 500 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. That's a free way. Anyone that supports this show can contribute. And don't ever overlook that. That is massive for the channel, and it helps the YouTube algorithm and everything else get in front of more people. And the subscriber count have just been slowly, methodically growing. We're getting closer and closer to 7,000 subs, which is terrific. And I love it as the show continues to grow. So thank you, everybody, for that. It means the world. Thank you. All right, let's go back to it. We're going to get a little promo here because I just saw it in his hands. Let's bring in B-Mac here on the show who has the book. Show it, B-Mac. Go ahead. Put it on screen, baby. There you go. Out of the Darkness.
Hey, Paul. Just got the book. It came in yesterday. So
yeah, again, we should have. I got to check with Ian to see his schedule. I'm hoping to get him on for a live Boy Green Daily after I finish. I got another, I think it's 40-ish pages left, and then I'll have all my notes together for that interview. I can't wait. I'd love to have Ian on the show, and hopefully he has enough time to take calls too. That'd be terrific. So we'll see if all that's able to be put together for next week. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah. As soon as I got there, I started reading it. The beginning, I really loved the part about his grandfather.
It's really cool. It's really deep. So for those that are easily triggered, you got to be careful. There's some war stories in there. His father. I don't want to take too much away from you, B-Mac, and spoil you. But there's some stuff about his grandfather in there that gets pretty sick. But it's great writing. So shout out to Ian and doing the research for that. That's terrific.
Yeah. Then like I said, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but I just want to give some details in it. It was but the part about his grandfather, like it really went back, like way back, and how he was in World War II, Congo, and
B-12 really bombers, and I mean they go deep, man. Really. So shout out to Ian. He met a military expert to share those details. Yeah,
and again, the writing in it was great. He's so again, he did a great job with it, and hopefully you have him on next week.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. And that'd be a good week to have him because obviously the season starts the following week, so things are going to get really busy. So I hope I could get him in right before the season. That'd be great.
Yeah. But anyway, good morning. Don't want to take too long because we got a lot of callers for you.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm watching Lost.
I've never seen the show, but I hear a lot of people in the chat notice that you were watching Lost. I've never seen it myself. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's about a plane somehow getting struck on the island, and all these people are
Rogers loves that show. He's been watching it this offseason.
Oh, really? Yeah. So
he revealed that in a couple of media interviews. He said he's rewatching the show. He's like on season 4 or 5 or something. Last time I checked. So great. Yeah.
So hey, me and him had a lot in common.
It seems that way. So, okay. Yeah.
I do want to say about one is I've got two questions. One is about the game, and the other one is a Rogers question. But
sure.
But first is about the game tonight. Do you think this? Because a lot of people were saying that the Snoopy Bowl, right, where the Giants and Jets face each other.
Yeah.
Do you concerned about injuries? Because you think since it's so much intensity with the Jets and Giants, these players are going to take each other's heads off, especially the ones that try to make the team?
It's a good question. We don't, unfortunately, I mean, I hope I'm wrong and we get some intensity tonight in a good way. Like Eli Manning getting blasted in that Jets-Giants preseason game where he comes off the field bloody. We're like, whoa, this just got intense real quick. So many starters and second stringers are not going to play for the Jets that, no, I'm not. With all, like, for instance, here's a shout out. Jimmy Choo Choo Charlo, the Army undrafted linebacker, tore his ACL. I feel terrible for the young man. And for his personal story, but like for the Jets, it doesn't affect their season. So I feel for Jimmy. I don't want people's ACLs exploding and players 80 through 90 on the roster, but some of the injuries we've had so far are inconsequential to the Jet season. So no, I'm not worried about those injuries. I'm worried if they play somebody like worried is, it can be a relative word. Like Isaiah Davis, if he plays, I don't want him getting banged up or some of those key guys, but they need the reps too as a 3rd/4th string guy deep on the depth chart. But no, I'm not really worried. I'm looking forward to, a good game. I'm looking forward to the two quarterbacks battling out for QB3 tonight. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some of these young players stepping up, carving out those last few shekels at the end of the roster. I think there's probably only 3 spots up for grabs. So who fights for those final spots? Practice squad fights are happening right now. Who's going to make the 16-man practice squad? So, a couple of those kind of storylines. But in terms of the injuries, no. The intensity, I hope it's intense in a good way. because these guys are fighting for their lives. This is the last preseason game for the Jets and Giants players.
Yeah, and I think that's why they made a great decision not playing the starters because
I agree with that decision, by the way.
Because I think the Giants are not playing their starters, and you don't
That's
want
my
like
gut. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want like a third string or backup, seeing Aaron Rodgers across to them, and this is my last chance. Let me make a name for myself against Rodgers, and they do like the late hit on his, knee or something like that. And you remember, what's his name? Jahad Ward.
The Minnesota Viking now. Yeah, but I do remember.
Oh, okay. But you remember last year with the whole scuffle between him and Rodgers?
Yeah, he shoved him. Yeah, I rewatched the clip. Yeah, he clearly shoved him. He was a dick. Yeah.
And then he said he don't know who he is. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't know who Aaron Rodgers is?
Come on.
Like,
he knew who he was.
you know who he is.
What a stupid comeback is that? I don't even know who you are. I don't know who you are. You know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm Aaron Rodgers. Of course you know who I am.
I'm a full-time 20-year-old NFL MVP vet.
And you're just some guy. You're a Jag. Just a guy. No doubt.
Yeah. You, Jahad Ward, some no-name dude that went from team to team to team. And Rodgers should say the opposite. Like I don't know who you are. You know
right.
I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But the other thing is, Kirk Cousins hasn't played a preseason game for the Falcons in the last.
I did not know that, but that doesn't surprise me based on coming off of the Achilles. But okay, yeah.
Okay, well, the reason I say that Gunny, and these all these people say that Rodgers needs the reps and he's coming off a major injury and he needs to know how to get hit. If Kirk Cousins didn't do it, because Kirk Cousins coming off the same injury.
And he got hurt later than Rodgers. He got hurt in like October, I think it was.
No, November.
November. See, even deeper. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was deeper. So, okay, great. Yeah, November.
Yeah, against the Packers when they beat the Packers. And he got hurt late in the fourth.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember now.
Yeah.
And then they finished off the game. Yeah, to me, those people, I know you didn't even finish your question yet. I roll. Sorry, Gunny. I love you, brother, but he needs the reps. Get out of here. He's 40 years old. He's a 4-time NFL MVP. What do you mean he needs? Shut up. He doesn't need the reps. Now, you could argue. I would just add this. You can argue the offensive line together probably needs the reps of chemistry, and they didn't get that in the game. So, okay, you can maybe make that. But Rodgers, come on, man. I don't think so. But go ahead.
Yeah, and people say, well, he hasn't played in a year. He hasn't played in a year. I can also argue him not playing in a year helped his body because his body didn't take no hits.
Yeah,
so,
that's a good point.
Especially being an older player, like Peyton Manning missed the whole year. You remember with the whole neck injury?
The neck thing, right? And he came out rejuvenated. So sure,
exactly.
Yeah, that could be a benefit.
Tom Brady tore his ACL week 1 of 2008.
Yes, I remember that against the Chiefs. Yes, yeah.
And missed the rest and missed the whole year, and then came back and won comeback player of the year. So I just think that Jets fans have a little bit of like Nick like to say PDS Jets T whatever like post traumatic Jets disorder.
Yeah,
I just think Jet fans need to relax.
Fair enough.
Take the negative memories out your head. I get it, because the Jets have like a bad things happen to them, including last year. And people are still scarred from last year. People cannot get last year.
I can imagine that.
Injury out their head. Like
some people will be scarred for the rest of their lives after what happened last year, but it could heal a little quicker depending on what happens this year. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I get it. But I get it. What happened last year has nothing to do with what's going to happen this year. It's the year to your league. Tua, right? Tua always gets hurt, cannot finish the season. Last year he played every single game. People was expecting him to play every single game. You know what I mean? So it's the year to year league. Rodgers can easily go out here and light it up and be an MVP and play all 17 games. Again, I'm expecting him to play 17 games, but I'm not expecting him to be an MVP. I think him being like a top 12 quarterback or top 15 quarterback, that's still like if he's the 15th best quarterback in the league, that's still enough for y'all to win games. You know what I mean?
Hey, BMAC, we'll end on this. Someone wants to jump on the show and tell you something, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Johnny boy, go ahead. What do you have to say to BMAC in closing? Yeah.
Hey, what up, B-Mac?
Hey, what's up,
Hey.
Johnny boy?
So I just want to say this real quick because I know you've been saying about like with the A-Rod and with the Jet fans and the sense of us saying that, you know, MVP or we were kind of worried about him with the injury. Speaking for a lot of like Jet fans and true Jet fans, true diehards, right?
Yeah.
We're not. None of us are expecting, right, Aaron Rodgers to be MVP Aaron Rodgers. What we've been standing on and continue to keep pounding the table, which is having a competent quarterback in the back to run that offense. And we know we have that with Aaron Rodgers. You know, would it be amazing to have MVP Rodgers? Hell yeah. I would love to have that and everything, but he doesn't need to do that. He needs to just go there, run the whole offense, run it the way we know that he's going to be able to run it, and I think that we will be fine. You know what I mean? I came up here because I just wanted to say that because I heard you a couple of times saying about like, you know, with the Jet fans and they just got to chill. I'm not nowhere coming at you or anything like that at all.
No, man.
I just want to be like, you know, I feel like us, I mean, I know Boyd Green and all that. He said it multiple times as well. We don't expect MVP Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? We just expect competent quarterback playing back there. And I think we're going to get that with him. I'm not
I expect
worried.
MVP. Yeah. Let me just say this. I expect MVP, baby. We're going to MVP Rodgers. Screw you guys. Just competent different quarterback. Screw you guys. We're getting MVP Rodgers, baby. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I'm going to say this real quick. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really talking about Jet fans. Obviously, you know, it's mostly the national media that are saying these type of things that, you know, do you expect Aaron Rodgers to get back to MVP form? You know, Chris County, you know, when he said that, oh, you know, why are we expecting him to be, you know, to go back to being that MVP? And he's saying that he's not going to make a difference maker. Or T Defense Talk was saying, oh, well, you know, y'all Jeff is expecting to be MVP. Like, they just don't need him to be MVP. They just need him to be himself when he was with the Packers, right? His last year with the Packers, you know, like if Rodgers gives the Jets those same statistics in 2022, the Jets can easily win 12 games and win the division just like that. You know,
so I can't wait.
Like,
we're gonna have a great year.
And the one thing too, I want to first of all, Johnny, you know, I love you, bro. I appreciate you, and I kind of love the fact you coming in and talking to me. And I'm going to ask you a question. You know, are you on board with me being on the Jets bandwagon? You know,
I love that. I love that the community has accepted you to come on over, be here with us, and all that. If anything, that should you and show everybody what Jet fans are truly are, man. Like you're part of us, bro. Like
you're one of us. Yeah, sure.
Bring here. I mean, you come in the stuff that I love the stats that you give. Be 100% honest with you. Yeah. Like it's amazing when you do that as well. I just wanted to come up here.
Well, I appreciate it.
Kind of say that, you know what I mean? But I'll let you keep.
Thank you, Johnny, and thank you, BMAC. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go to our next caller. Another one who might be, I don't know where he is on the Hall of Fame candidacy. We're making emojis. This guy might be on the list. FL Phil 98 joins us here on the show, baby. What's up, brother?
Well, Paul, let me just say it's an honor to be nominated.
Sure. Yeah, baby.
I've been inspired today and really the last few days I love the fact that these guys are coming on with their hidden talents.
Yeah. I had no idea. You see, that was crazy. Yeah. And happened everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's awesome. And, you know, again, it goes back to, you know, what they were saying about you the other day about you share your life. You make everybody feel welcome. What Johnny just said about family. This is really special. It really is.
So Phil, do you have something you're about to share? Okay, here we go. It's like a Boy Green talent show. Okay, here we go. Go.
Well, no, I think everybody, no matter what they do for a living, probably has some kind of hidden talent, something that they love. They don't share a lot. Okay. Mine is writing. Okay.
Writing, really interesting.
I write. You know, I'm not a guy who journals or writes regularly, but when the mood strikes me, I'll write something. So I've written some short stories, some songs. I've shared poems with people I love, that kind of thing.
Wow.
So I'm trying to set this up a little bit. So in 1998, it would have been the 30-year anniversary if the Jets had gone to the Super Bowl.
Right.
There was, a ton of hype that year. It really looked possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a big part of that hype was Bill Parcells.
Of course.
Okay. Parcells was like the biggest star in football at that time. Okay. He took the Giants to 2 Super Bowls. He went from the Giants to New England, went to a Super Bowl, takes the Jets 1 game away from the Super Bowl. And the story leading up to the Super Bowl is this guy, it would be one thing for any coach to get to 3 Super Bowls in 9 years. He would have done it with 3 teams. It was unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I also listened at that time to Mike and the Mad Dog. And
yeah.
And Francesa was a big friend of his. He used to talk about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the week before the AFC title game,
mm-hmm.
I wrote a poem, a homage to Bill Parcells. And if they had won that game, I wanted to call in and see if Mike would let me read it.
Yeah.
And they lost the game. So I've had this poem for 26 years.
And no one's ever heard it besides you?
A couple of friends. That's it.
Close-knit circle. Okay.
All right. So forgive me for the long setup, but I wanted everybody to understand where it's coming from.
That's awesome. No, thank you for, again, I said it before on others as everyone's sharing things here. It takes something to be vulnerable enough, to feel confident enough, to feel close enough, to feel open enough, whatever the word is, to be able to share some of these things. It's awesome to hear more about you guys. To me, I think it's just bringing us closer together. So when we do these events like the Jets Patriots, and we'll do more, I know not everyone's going to be able to get to that. So we'll hopefully, if that's a raving success, it'll set up for maybe future ones and doing more stuff. But yeah, it's cool that people are feeling so comfortable, I guess is the word, to do it. So yeah, set us up, baby. Let's give it a whirl.
All right. Well, I'm nervous as hell, so hope I don't screw it up.
Okay. No pressure.
Okay. I remember the days of Broadway Joe and the last time the Jets were in the big show. He and Weeb, like Muhammad Ali, shook up the world and made history. After Super Bowl III, the future was bright. The Jets throttled up and seemed ready for flight. The decade ahead proved to be quite confusing. No matter who coached, the Jets kept on losing. It was the end of an era. We said goodbye to Joe. We saw coaches come and coaches go. Between Eubank and Michaels, there were a few names, but none that were known for winning football games. In the early 80s, we did have some fun. In a strike-shortened season, we had a good run. But a title game loss in the mud to the Finns pushed Walt Michaels out and brought Joe Walton in. He had fits and starts and disappointments galore till we screamed, Joe must go. We can't take anymore. Bruce Coslett brought youth and exuberant juice, but 4 years later, we cut Bruce loose. Pete Carroll had 1 year to plan his attack, but a December swan song led to him being sacked. Rich Kotite's 2 seasons were filled with such pain, it physically hurts me to mention his name. He lost 28 and won only 4, and brought the Jets to a low like never before. Then in walks the man with the grand master plan, and he vows to turn things around for Jets fans. Things have been changing since the day he got here. We won the division in the 2nd year. Of all the great coaches that history tells, there is none finer than Bill Parcells. If he takes a 3rd team to a Super Bowl game, they should build him a wing in the Hall of Fame. Now I have just one more wish, that on Super Bowl night, the Empire State be lit with green light.
Wow. Phil, I'm just telling you, man, thank you so much for sharing that. The talent, the word association, the rhymes, man. It must have taken a little while to put together, and for you to have the passion to share it. That to me, I think people say, and Snowball saying FL Phil 98 with bars. That was awesome, dude. Everyone's really supporting you in the chat, and for good reason. It's cool that it translates. That sometimes it's funny in different levels of media. I play a movie that I loved from the 70s or 80s. I play it now. People that are current people, Gen Zs or millennials, they listen and go, ugh. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I guess that didn't translate. That didn't quite hit the same tone that it felt like it did for me a long time ago. But in this one, 100, I can speak for myself, and apparently a lot of people are saying it too with Dave. Nice job, everybody else. It's all William Shakespeare, Adam says. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I'm just, to me, it translates. It's terrific, man. And I hope that, again, when your moment strikes, I tell this to my fiance all the time. She has a few passions of things beyond motherhood that she likes to do. And I'm always, as entrepreneur, I'm like, great, now we can start a business. We can start cranking them out. It's like, whoa, I want to do it when I want to do it. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, I don't mean to put the pressure. But Phil, that was so great that I'm like, hey, let's get this thing cranking. Let's start doing these more often. But as the moment strikes, I think is great. So I hope we have the opportunity for you to share several more throughout what should be a very special season. These are terrific. That was amazing.
All right, thank you very much, and I thank everybody for the support. My heart is freaking pounding right now, so I'm going to go. JETS, baby.
There he is, FL Phil 98, baby, and let's give him properly one of these after a terrific read. That's cool. Damn, again, I just didn't know we had this kind of talent. I shouldn't have assumed. I guess you know what they say about that, but holy friggin' crap, man. We got people that can play music. We got people that can write poetry. And then we just have some boob over here in a beard that just likes to yell into a microphone. So a lot of us have talent and some of us don't. But I just try to fool all of you guys. And apparently we have with 500 people in the room. You guys like the video, hit subscribe. Let's end on one final note. I see we have the cigar smoking, unquestionably, Neil Sr. joining us here on the program. Hello, sir.
Paul, how are you?
I'm doing well. It looks like you're doing even better than I am.
Oh, yeah. Morning coffee and a morning cigar, and I figured I'd join your coffee club here in the mornings.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
As we get closer to the season, I'm looking for every bit of Jet content I could soak into my veins.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting a long time for this season. This is a special season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Phil did a wonderful job on that poem. Yeah. I think, to me, you see, I lived through all that. I was at the 68 championship. I lived through all the different things he's talking about. Yeah. I remember the Joe Must Go planes over the stadium. It's just like I lived every moment of that poem. So it got me a little teary-eyed there, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
It didn't get me teary-eyed, but it was nice.
Yeah.
And I, as far as talent goes, I only have one really special talent.
Do tell. Yeah.
I have the highest. I could get my voice to the highest.
What, like octave or something?
Yeah,
or?
not octave. Okay. I could get loudest.
The loudest. Oh, I see. Oh, like
they
just
had
a pure loud.
They had a contest that the old what the hell was that old place where you used to buy uniforms that went out of business? Sports store. Shit. They used to advertise on all the shows. Whatever. It was like a Dick's, for example.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Right.
So Dick's is doing a contest that the loudest JES Jets chant, we get I think it was a $50 gift certificate.
Nice. Okay. That's a nice little gift.
So
yeah, sure.
My son and I are in there, and he was about 15, and there was a lot of people. I want to tell you, at least 20 people did it. And the octave, the meter on the decibel level, it was decibels, okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it went green, yellow, this, all the way to the top. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So people were doing a Jet chants, and they were getting about 3 lights from the top. Nobody was coming close to the top. So my son at the time, he says, Dad, go. Do your Jet chant.
Give it a chance.
Chance. He knew I was winning it. He said, "You're
going
to go get the
I like the
$50 gift certificate." So I go up there and I blast the chant out. Paul, I kid you not. The thing hit the red meter the entire time. They stopped it right there. This is it. This is our guy. Then my son goes, 15, goes, Dad, let me try it. And he got up to the top as well. He got up
Wow.
to the top.
It's in the
Both of
family. It's
us.
in the
They
blood.
gave us
Okay.
$100 gift certificate. They gave us 250s, and we
Okay.
went out. So that's why when I go to these tailgates,
Yeah.
I'm now going to L5. I go to E18. I pretty much my thing is I bring a big, I call it a concoction. I bring a big pitcher of a drink that's absolutely fantastic. It's a combination. It's like a rum punch, but strong as hell.
Wow.
And then I bring the tequila, and then I go to about 3 or 4 tailgates. And my job at the tailgate is to jump on somebody's pickup truck and do a jet chant. And that's E18. I got about 200 people.
Wow.
And then I'll do I'll do some kind of mantra like squish the fish.
Sure.
I did a thing on Jake's show where I said, Brock Purdy's going to run for his life.
Oh, I remember that. You
That
were up
kind of shit.
there. That
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
it.
the kind. You got a taste of it if you saw that video. It's
Yeah.
not entirely my loudest. I
Okay.
was a little shot at that point, but I'm so looking forward to the season. It's going to be amazing.
Are you
And
are you a season ticket holder, Neil?
yes,
Okay, so all right. Well, hopefully I get to meet you at the Jets Patriots thing. We will be there, and I'm at the Nick Shine tailgate, which is whatever it is, Tailgate Joe or something. So I don't know
right.
what lot that is. I'll have to
Well, let
double
me
check
know when
that.
it is, where it is. I'm going to
Yeah,
stop over. I'll
cool.
be at L5 with the J Crew with
Yep,
the Asmaniacs. Then I go to Gotham. I'll go over there. Then
great.
I'll stop at Fireman Ed. Yeah, I make
Sure.
my rounds. The
You make your
E18
rounds.
one
Yeah.
is interesting because it's run by the like the Hess family runs it.
Oh, cool.
So they put like I mean the food there, Paul, is incredible. I mean they
Oh
put up
boy.
4 barbecues and they have every imaginable food. One
Oh, gosh.
guy in
Mm.
particular
Yeah.
makes these hamburgers, these sliders
Uh huh.
that are just like White Castle sliders. He puts
Really?
real
Wow.
meat and then he cooks it on that like foil with
Yeah.
the onions and everything on it, and he places. I want to tell you
Damn.
what a
Okay.
slider. And
I got to
it
make
got
some
one
room for
guy
that.
came with fish he caught in the ocean the night before. We have
Wow. Fresh.
sushi. We
Oh
have.
wow.
I mean, the food is amazing, and at that one, Mangold usually comes to that one,
That's
and
cool.
what's his name? The kid that wants to buy the Jets. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Gary
Gary V.
Vanderchuck.
Yes, yes,
Gary
yes, yes.
V.
Yeah, right.
He usually comes to it, and I talk to him and his crew.
Mhm.
But it's an incredible
Can't wait,
setup we
man.
have. I can't really think of. And again, I want to knock wood when I say this because camp is not. We're not entirely done here.
Yeah,
But
right.
these Jet Giant games, I'm so glad that we're sitting out the starters.
I am too. Yeah.
Chad Pennington's shoulder, Jason
Sanchez.
Sehorn blowing
I
his
know.
knee out on a kickoff return. I mean, bad things tend to happen
No,
when 2
thank
New
you.
York teams
Right.
clash together in something like this.
Yep.
You want
No,
to
thank
stay
you.
away from that. And I got to tell you something. The reality is,
Mhm.
we need to get this 53-man roster down. We have a lot of bubble spots
Yeah.
that a big game in this game could really separate one guy from the other.
Mhm.
Because I could tell you something. I think Michael Clemens is on the bubble. If I'm coaching,
Interesting.
I think he's a bubble spot guy.
Mhm.
Honestly, because
Okay.
this guy Carter the third, is that his name? The
Leonard
defensive
Taylor the
tackle.
third. Leonard
Taylor
Taylor
the
the
third
third.
looks real
Yeah.
good. The end looks really, really good. There's 2 spots right there. If Reddick comes back, I think that Clemens might be an odd man out because I don't think he represents the good pass rush. He's a crappy pass rusher, and he's an above average run stopper. I don't think he's either way. I don't think he's a high rank in either of those two. He's adequate at both. But, our defensive line is not an adequate defensive line. If you're an adequate player, you could play for another team. So I'm
Okay.
again, I'm looking at Clemens as a bubble spot. Lazard, I think not Lazard. I think
Brownlee?
Brownlee will make the team. It's going to be,
Oh, okay.
again, that's an iffy one, you know?
Sure. Yeah,
Bonaconda has
definitely.
had a really nice camp.
Yeah.
I think he's up again. I thought he was going to be gone, but he's kind of worked himself in there, and he might be a kickoff return guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that might be where he kind of blossoms a little bit also.
Mm-hmm.
And then you bring in a guy like that kid we got last week. You know, the punt return kid looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
Brennan Codrington. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
now
to him
look, this
tonight.
guy
Yeah,
Codrington, look, we may have to give this kid a spot. I mean, if
no
he has
doubt.
a big game today, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And we release him, he's going to get gobbled up, and I guarantee
100%.
you he's going to sting us sometime down the road because that kid has it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I love Gibson last year, and he had that great punt return, but you know, mid-season on, he was just okay, right, Paul? I
Very
didn't
much.
really
Yeah.
see, you know, he
Yeah.
had a couple flop, you know, a couple bobbles. He wasn't 100% consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that punt return wise, I think you have to go with the new receiver.
Malachi Corley. Yeah.
Corley is, I think, got that punt return mentality. He's hard to bring down, and you know he could break tackles on the way to the end zone. So he's a guy that, and he looks like he could catch everything. So let's assume he's going to be, I think, the number one punt return guy. Would you agree?
It'll be him or Gibson. It'll be a coin toss. We'll see when Gibson is fully healthy. He's been back, so we'll see. But it could be either one. Either one. I'd lean towards Corley because of all the breaking of tackles. Like he's got a different physique, obviously, than X. Yeah.
Right. You know, the physique, I think it all depends on, here's what I think is going to happen.
Okay,
I think
sure.
it depends on what the game plan is for each game.
That's
If
a good point.
Corley plans on getting a lot more into the game
Then less in the return.
from a game plan perspective, then Gibson will be back there. If it's the opposite and they have more gadget plays for Gibson, then maybe they'll put Corley back there.
Yeah.
But I see both of them splitting time.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a really, really good upgrade for us. We really haven't had that spectacular Kochery type.
Brad Smith.
Yeah,
right.
we
Justin
haven't
Miller,
had that.
yeah.
You know, we haven't had that in a long time, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having that additional weapon for Rodgers. But let's put it this way:
Sure.
I'll end on this.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, comeback player of the year, MVP. No question in my mind, Paul.
I
I'm with
agree.
you.
Yeah.
There's average quarterback play. Is anybody watching what he's doing to these defenses?
Come on, what are we talking about?
Come on. There's no drop off in the arm. He moves around plenty well. And I will say this to you. I really believe that, and again, this is going to be a big part of it. Our offensive line health is going to be a big part of it. Because I will say this, it looks like in camp that we have a little time back there in the pocket. A little bit. And that time in the pocket, Paulie, you know what that means. Any quarterback is going to be able to shred a defense if he has time in the pocket to throw. And Aaron Rodgers there's nobody better because he surveys that field. He'll be through he'll look at 4 different receivers by the time he has 3 seconds in the pocket. And then somebody will be open. Let's face it. With those weapons we have, Garrett Wilson will probably be open every single play. But besides him, you know, everybody else is a 60 to 80% chance that they'll be open if there's more than 3 seconds for the quarterback to pass the ball. And then we feast. I mean, and you know what we deserve, Paul? I'll tell you what we deserve.
Yeah.
Okay? I've been going to games for years, biting my nails down to the last play. I want to get into my sprinter at the end of the third quarter, tell them to fire it up. We're up 27-7. Those are the games I'm looking for, okay? Enough of this bullshit. We deserve it. We deserve to have a sack party in the fourth quarter of 80% of these games and be sucking down beers, enjoying ourselves, and getting ready for the divisional championship and a first seed. That's what we need, and that's what we deserve. We've had enough pain. You could ask your father. On that note, have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.
There he is, Neil Sr., joining us on the show, and wow. Yeah, I'll say coming off that call, a lot to unpack in a lot of good ways. I would just say this: a couple of things for the preseason game tonight. I heard Dave Briga said you can't give Codrington a roster spot unless you're 100% sure. I agree. That's why Brandon Codrington's game tonight is very important for him. He's the reserve nickel cornerback and also was a return specialist this past week against Carolina. He looked good against Carolina. Was that a flash in the pan? Was that a fluke? Or is he going to show something tonight against the Giants? I think that's a big guy to watch out for tonight. QB3, I mentioned it earlier. Half will be Adrian Martinez. He gets the first half. Andrew Peasley gets the second half. If both look like crap, neither will be your QB3, and they'll be on the practice squad. And maybe the Jets go out and pick up another quarterback that potentially hangs loose. That's a Taylor Heineke or that's a whoever, and they claim that guy to be QB3 on the roster. That there's an outside possibility for, certainly. But Codrington needs to show a little bit more tonight for it to see. Izzy, people have had differing opinions on Izzy. I would say this on Izzy. I think he has a real good chance to be RB4 on this team. Tonight might be a massive moment for him, which will be great. And shout out to Nick. He's going to be at that Jets-Giants game tonight. Enjoy, brother. There's no doubt about it. That's going to be a lot of fun. I love the energy from Neil, so maybe we'll see Neil at our Jets-Patriots tailgate on September 19th, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So I can't wait to see it. And I will just say, because I know we haven't had a show to kind of talk about it straight up, I agree with the Jets resting their starters. It's the correct decision. I know there's some Jet fans, like apparently Gunny and Woody and others, that are saying, hey, man, get a run, get some reps. He's 40 years old, for God's sakes. He doesn't need any reps. He's got all the reps that he needs in practice. He's gotten all the reps in the joint practice and training camp. This guy's just Andy. And Terrence mentioned it earlier. We got this fully healthy 53 heading into the season. Even the injury, we're like, oh, what's happening with Michael Carter II? Rich Cimini says he's going to be fine for week 1. So this is as healthy as a team as we've had. We got the game tonight, but no starters are playing. Heading into week 1 that we've had in a long ass time. Jet fans have had so many brutal, crippling injuries in preseason games and training camp and all that have changed our perspective of seasons before they've even started. We don't have to worry about that. We will be back later this evening for a post-game show. It'll be 2 hours after the final whistle. So come back here on youtube.com/boygreen25 to get all the latest. We have 600 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby. And of course, as always, you can join the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. We got several new members today, and shout out to everyone that bought memberships, from Addison to B Shaw to Easy, all of you guys. Thank you for gifting the memberships and spreading the gospel that is Boy Green Daily. We're 40 and change away from another emoji, man. We got plenty of potential candidates, whether that's Terrence Hill, whether that is FL Phil, what have you, for potential future members of our Emoji Hall of Fame to get people in. Like I said, we will be back later tonight. It'll probably be about midnight and change, and then I'll be back on tomorrow morning, of course, with my father. So we'll have a post-game reaction show to it for Jets Giants, and this is a game day, baby. The final game before the Jets regular season, Monday Night Football. Let's freaking go. And I can't wait. This is going to be an awesome season. Thanks, everyone, for hopping on the ride, whether you're new to the channel or old to the channel. We appreciate the love all the same, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys throughout the entire season. And another thing I will have coming is a big Jets reveal coming at the beginning of September, which will give you guys even more Jets content than you've ever had before. And I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And I see B. Shaw here to end the show. Paul, the sex was good last night. I see the holes in your shirt. All I will say is no comment. But yes, it was terrific. Thank you so much. God bless everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.